Well, hello everybody. I am recording this. I'm streaming it as I would stream live stream, but I set it to private. So I'll put this out over the weekend sometime. Probably on Sunday, I imagine. So if it's Sunday, I'm most likely in our extended stay motel room, trying to get out of the snow and the ice and have power and not lose power at home, which we're 95% chance it's going to happen. They're calling for anywhere from a half an inch to a full inch of ice. And that means probably no power for about 4 or 5 days, I'm guessing. Don't know how fast they can get around to, because it's going to be a lot of people without power, and the ice really makes it hard for them to do that. And the fact it's going to be below freezing for the entire next week is nothing's going to thaw. So they got the work cut out for them, those power people. I don't envy them at all. But anyway, that's the reason why this is being recorded. I'm recording this on Friday. I believe it's Friday, January the 23rd. So, but I'm going to try to put this out on the 25th or the 26th, probably the 25th, most likely. Probably put the Carlton one out on the 27th, because I'll do the Steve Carlton 1972 payoff pitch game, record that later on today as well, and put that out for future reference, because it looks like my streaming is going to be pretty much down for a week due to all this weather. So we are now at game number 8, and I'm going to put on here January 23rd, 2026, because that's the day I'm playing it. Milwaukee and Oakland. Milwaukee won the first game 11-4 over Oakland, and so now Oakland's trying to even their series. The other two teams that lost the first game all came back and won the second games. So Milwaukee, Oakland is actually trying to follow suit and make everybody 1-1 instead of having one team go to 2-0. Pitchers for today's game: Sean Manaea, a left-hander for Oakland, and Corbin Burns, a right-hander for Milwaukee. Manaea will be using pitcher hitting card number 1, but Burns will be using pitcher hitting card number 3. Manaea, very good at holding runners on. He's a -4 combined with the catcher Murphy. And Burns is not very good. He's a +9, even with the -3 from Pena. He is a +9 hold, so no hope there. And in Miller Park, it is symmetrical. Singles are 1-2 left and right. Home runs are 1-11 left and right. So you can see the lineup there. These are lineups I just made on my own. I try to follow a little bit of what they did in real world, but I wasn't bound to it since we passed opening day. I did that for opening day, but not going forward. Rest rolls, of course, not in play yet. They only played, this is only the second game, so nobody's tired. We'll eventually get to the rest rolls at some point. But right now, we are looking at this. And one thing I forgot to do, let me pull it up, is get the roster sheet so I can get what the injury factors are for these two pitchers. So I've got that on a PDF. And let's pull that up. I've also got the game up on the Action PC computer, so I can score it as I play it and give you up to the second or up to the minute stats or whatever you want to call it. Let's see, Oakland. Manaea is a 612. He's got a 1 there, so that makes him 612 for checking injuries. Corbin Burns with the Brew Crew. Corbin Burns is showing also a 612. So that's the magic number. If we roll a 612 for either pitcher, we'll be checking for injuries. All right, Tony Kemp will be the leadoff hitter for the Oakland A's. And he will see what he can do against Mr. Burns. Kemp in the first game had a pinch hitting appearance. He's 0 for 1. And Burns will fire away at Kemp. And that's a 4-8 left-handed, and that's a base on balls. So walk to Kemp, and he's going to be looking to get the lead because of that +5 from Burns. So Kemp needs a 4, 5, or 6 to get the lead. He does not get the lead. He will hold. And that'll bring up Marcus Semien, shortstop. Semien is 3 for 5 in the first game, so he's hitting .600. He's also driven a run and stolen a base. 5-3, and that's a ballpark single check. It's only a 1-2 though, so that'll be a line out to short for out number 1. So 1 away as Simeon is retired. And that'll bring up the third place hitter, Matt Olson, first baseman. Olson hitting .500. He's 2 for 4 in the first game. Of course, these averages are very, not very much to look at after just one game, but just thought I'd throw it out there for context. He did hit a home run with 2 runs batted in. Let's see what Olson can do here after the havoc roll. Nothing going on. That's a 4-8, and that's another walk. So 2 walks to the 2 left-handers. And now Olson with the control issues. On his imagined stats, he's given a 9-5 record with a 3.40 ERA, 74 walks and 167 innings pitched with 210 strikeouts. So maybe a little bit extra walking here. You've hit that column 4 area twice. That's a high number of walks in that area. Here's Matt Chapman, third baseman. Chapman is 0 for 5 in the first game. Looking for his first hit of the season. 3-2, and he's going to get hit. Well, he gets his first hit all right. He gets hit by a pitch. So Burns really having control issues. 2 walks and a hit by pitch, which has loaded the bases. Chapman not too happy about it. He gets hit by a pitch before he gets his first hit. So the bases are loaded with 1 out for Mark Canha, the left fielder. Mark Canha, a pinch hitting performance in game 1. He's 0 for 1. Infield for the Brewers is back for the double play. 5-4, and that is a ballpark single check again, 1-2. That's a 19. I'll go ahead and keep the fly out to left field C because it's not going to affect the runners. Everybody has to hold. So it's a fly to left for 2 down. And now Burns 1 out away from getting out of this total mess and being very thankful about it. Here's Robbie Grossman, right fielder. Grossman in the clutch. Loses a couple of hits right here, 2-4 and 2-5. In the first game, he was 2 for 4 with a homer. Burns to Grossman. It's a 6-6, and that's trouble for Burns. 6-6 is a solid hit. That'll be a double 2 stars, so a 2-run double for Robbie Grossman. And these walks have come back to bite Burns. 2-run double for Grossman. Since it's just 2 stars, the runner on first, Canha, has to hold at third. But it is going to be a double. And a 2-0 lead for the Oakland A's as they look to even the series. Tabby's down here making noise. She doesn't know it yet, but she's about to go on a little motel extended stay excursion. She's not going to like that because that means she's got to go in her carrier. And every time she sees that carrier, she freaks out. So that's going to be a challenge, just getting her in the carrier for one thing. And then it's about a half-hour ride almost to the motel. So that's going to be an interesting ride to have Tab. I'm sure she's going to make a lot of noise and not be happy about it. All right, here's Sean Murphy. He is in a clutch situation as well now. 1-2, he loses hits. That's the only one, 1-2. So on the game, he did not play in game 1. They had the other catcher start. So this is Murphy's first action. He didn't even pinch hit. He did not participate at all in game 1. So let's see what he does here in game 2. 5-9, he strikes out in game 2. Corbin Burns gets his first strikeout. Limits the damage to 2. He would have liked to have got away with nothing, but maybe one way to look at it is you're lucky you only gave up 2. So it's 2-0 A's as we go to the bottom of the first. And left-hander Sean Manaea will get the start. In the Imagine set, they gave him the stats of 13-8 with a 4.44 ERA. So Sean Manaea is going to start things off against Lorenzo Cain. Cain in game 1 was 1 for 4. Tabby keeps looking up at me, so I got to stop and pet her while I roll the dice. 1-8, and against the lefty, that's a ground ball first base C. Olson will field it, flip to Manaea covering, and that's 1 away. The old 3-1 put out in the scorebook. 1 down. Hold on, Tabby. Let me get her up here on the perch so I can pet her easier and she can see what we're doing. But hopefully stay out of the way. That's the goal. All right, so Kane is out of there, and here's Keston Hiura, second baseman. He is 2 for 5 on the first game, 400 average with a home run. 2-7, he will strike out. First strikeout for Manaea. 2 up, 2 down. Sean Manaea trying to put up a shutdown inning and put his team right back in the dugout to hit some more. Here's Christian Yelich. Yelich was 3 for 5 in game 1 with 3 runs batted in, so he is sitting 600 with 3 RBI. 2-9 against the lefty, and that's a straight out home run. No D20s, not even needed. It's solid, it's clean right there. 2-9 is a home run for Christian Yelich. That will be his first home run of the replay. On the Imagine set, they gave him 34 home runs, so he could be expected to hit quite a few home runs in this replay. Cuts the lead to 2-1 and gets the Brewers off the schneid. Here's Ryan Braun. He did not start game 1 and didn't even play game 1, so he will be out there now, right fielder. 6-7, and that's a strikeout from Manaea to end the inning. But the home run from Christian Yelich cuts the lead to 2-1 after 1 here at Miller Park. Tabby is on a little perch right beside me. She's being nice and quiet. It's beautiful, and I hope she stays that way the rest of the game. All right, here's Laureano, center fielder. Laureano 0 for 4 in game 1. 3-6, and that's going to be a ground ball to third, so now 0 for 5 on the season as Holt makes that play. Manaea, the batter, he's using pitch reading card number 1. That's what he used in 2019. Corbin Burns in 2019 used pitch reading card number 3. So here is Manaea. Manaea is a right-handed batter, though. He pitches left but bats right. That's a 2-5, and that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for Corbin Burns. Much better inning going on right now for Burns. 2 up, 2 down. Back to the top of the order, and Tony Kemp walked and scored his first chance. Oh, and that red die got stuck up in there, so let's try that again. We get a 4-6, and that is another walk. Boy, Corbin Burns, that column 4, really getting to him because he's got a walk at 6, 7, and 8. And if you know anything about probability, those are the 3 most probable results in any column is a 6, 7, 8. And he's found it 3 times already. So a 2-out walk is issued. 2-out walk is issued. Make sure I didn't. Let me check something here. I want to make sure. Yeah, I gave Laureano a strikeout by accident. So let's see here. Let's get out of this. Let's go to the undo last play, or delete last play, I should say. So we're going to delete that last play, and we're going to give Laureano that ground ball to third that he really had. Assume he's going to let me do it. It says unable to delete last play. Why is it unable to delete last play? Don't know, so it's not going to let me do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change Manaea to have the ground ball to third, just so Burns has the right amount of strikeouts, because Manaea's hitting is irrelevant. So ground out to third, 2 down, even though it was really a strikeout. And then Kemp gets the walk. 2-out walk. And now let's see if Kemp can get a lead. That +5 looks awful juicy. 4 through 6. Does not get the lead. That's a 2, though. Chance of a balk on Burns, but he has a 0 balk rating. So that means he does not balk, but it also means that Kemp cannot obtain a good lead, so he stays there. And here is Marcus Semien. 1-3, and that's a ballpark single. 1-2, that's a 6, so a liner to short will end the inning. Nothing doing for Oakland here in the second. We go to the bottom of the second, and it is 2-1 Oakland, still in the lead. Due up for the Brew Crew, it'll be Justin Smoke, switch hitting first baseman. Smoke is 1 for 4 with a home run in the first game. 1 for 4 with the homer. Oh, I got it. This is just, I got to take a picture of this. Sorry. I have to take a picture of this. Okay. Let's see how that shows up on here. But I saw that and I had to take the picture there. There's Tabby. She's sitting right beside me. I mean, right beside me. You can see this little perch thing she's sitting on, that little gray thing there. You can see my cables from my headset. You see my Strat-O-Matic box. So that's where she's sitting, right at arm's reach. And she's purring, which is very good. Like to hear her purr and know she's content. So that's a good thing. Now we move on. Hopefully I didn't mess this thing up here too bad. Don't know why it's kind of tilted there, but whatever. See if we can fix that. There we go. I think that's better. All right, so Justin Smoke, I was about to say, before I stopped there, that Justin Smoke is 1 for 4 in the first game with a home run. 5-7, switch hitter being right-handed, and he found a good hitting spot on Manaya's card. 16 will be a single. So Justin Smoke with a leadoff single. He's no threat to run. Here's shortstop Orlando Arcia. He was 0 for 3 in game 1. 6-8, and that's trouble again for Manaya. 6-8 is going to be a single, 2 stars. That'll put runners at the corners with nobody out. And now he's got some issues. Here comes Brock Holt. Arcia not going to try to go anywhere. Will be held, but he won't go anywhere. And Brock Holt, your batter. The A's are playing back for the double play. They need outs. There's nobody out right now. They'll give it the run to get 2 outs if they can get it. 4-3, but that's a ballpark blast for Brock Holt, but he does have weak power. So 1-11. That's a 1, so it won't be a home run, but because he's got weak power, but it will be a single. And that's a base hit. Whoops, wrong side down here. What am I doing up there? Went to pet Tabby again, distracted me. All right, so an RBI single has tied the score, and that'll move Arcia to third base. Still nobody out. It's 2-2. Milwaukee and Oakland. Brock Holt, no threat to run, but nobody out now. Score tied at 2 apiece. Manaya still in some trouble since there's nobody out. Here is Manny Pena, the catcher. Corbin Burns is on deck. Pena. This is his first game. The other catcher caught the first game. This is his first start. For Pena, 2-7. And that's a 1-10 double. That's a 9, so it's a double. RBI double for Pena. It will score. Arcia will check on Holt. He was being held. Makes him a 12. The double on the 2-7 is assumed to go to center. Laureano is a -4 arm, so they will hold Holt at third base. So an RBI double. And the Brew Crew have taken the lead 3-2. Still nobody out. And here's Corbin Burns. He's going to be using pitch hitting card number 3. Infield is in for the Brewers. I mean, for the A's, rather. Get a 5-8. He is a right-handed hitter. Ground ball second base X. We're looking at Kemp. He's a 3-5. 3 and a 7. That could be problematic with the infield in, but let's take a look at it and see. 3 and a 7. Yes, it is. With the infield in, that's a single, 2 stars. So that's going to bring home both runs. Corbin Burns, a 2-run single through the drawn-in infield. And it's a 4-run inning for the Brew Crew. They lead it 5-2. That's a 10. I don't think Kemp makes an error there. No, he does not. So that's going to be real trouble for Minaya. It's now 5-2. And he can't get the pitcher out. Then he's definitely in bad shape. Oakland bullpen only used 2 pitchers in game 1, so they got lots of depth in the bullpen they can go to. And let's look and see who they're warming up over here. They have, never heard of this guy, but they're warming up Jordan Weems, a right-hander. Jordan Weems, he was given stats of 1-1 with a 4.28 ERA. Jordan Weems. Don't know anything about him, but he sounds like a decent guy to bring in this kind of situation. That's a 2. Balk or pass ball opportunity. Looking at a pass ball on Murphy, which is a 5. And it's a 2, so it is going to be a pass ball. Burns will go to second base. So not even going to have a chance at a double play as Murphy, I guess, loss of concentration. The pass ball moves Burns to second base. And here's Kane. 4-7, and that's a 1-2 single. That's a 5. It's a ground ball first base B. That'll get Burns over to third base. All Olsen could do was take it to the bag, and what's a terrible looking G there, isn't it? When it's 3 unassisted, I don't use 3U. I use the 3G. I got that from Diamond Mine Baseball. That's how they scored it, and I just adopted it. Ground out to first. Going to third base is going to be Minaya. So now the infield will have to come in with only 1 out. And we are looking at Keston Hiura. Minaya struck him out the first time up. 6-5, but this time it's a fly ball to center field B. That's a sacrifice fly. So the pass ball directly, well, yeah, definitely, well, yeah, it did influence because he should only be at third base. So sacrifice fly to center field. Even Laureano's arm, it was so deep, even Laureano couldn't throw out the pitcher at first base. So sacrifice fly. And it is now 6-2. And here's Christian Yelich. This is probably Manaya's last inning. 2-7, and that's a ground ball first base C. So once again, Olsen will flip to Minaya covering to end the inning. But boy, was it a productive one. A 5 spot puts the Brew Crew in a comfortable 6-2 lead after 2. And boy, Sean Minaya, an inauspicious debut in the Demolition League. 2 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs. And I believe all of them were earned, except maybe that one may not be. Let me check the box score. I think he should only have 5 earned runs here based on that. But I'll double check it. See what the computer tells me. No, they gave him an earned run. I'm not sure why, but okay, I'll give it to him, I guess. Because that pass ball would have only put him, so to me, that should not have been an earned run, but that's what they called it. So it'll be constant with what's on the computer, I'll put it that way. Jordan Weems will come in, and they're looking for a couple of innings out of him, or the Oakland A's. He does have a fatigue factor of 2. But the Brew Crew now lead it 6-2 as we go to the top of the third. Corbin Burns giving all kinds of run support. See what he can do. Starting off against Matt Olson. 5-4, and that is a ballpark single check. That's an 8, so it's going to be a fly to center. 1 away. So Burns seems to have settled down since that first inning. He's TCBing, taking care of business, as old BTO used to sing. And here's Matt Chapman. 3-10, and that is a ground ball to second. Hiura will make the play. 2 up, 2 down. And the Brewers looking to be the first team to go 2-0. Mark Canha steps to the plate. He flew to left his first chance. 3-4 for Canha. He's going to foul out to the catcher, Pena. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Corbin Burns. And the Brew Crew seemingly in pretty good shape to go 2-0. So we'll go to the bullpen for the A's. Don't know if there'll be a double switch or not. I don't think there will. They're just going to go to Weems. But Jordan Weems is on. And he'll be opposing Ryan Braun. Braun, the only one not to bat in the second inning. Braun 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 6-9, and that's a strikeout there. Let me see if that's, make sure that's not an injury chance for Weems. Weems for Oakland. It's in the extra players, so let's see here. Extra players for Weems. And he is a 1, so 6-12 will be the error chance there. So no problems with that. All right. No issues at all with that 6-9. So the strikeout is good. Braun is out of there. Here's Justin Smoke. So Weems off to a good start. Now the switch hitting Justin Smoke. 5-8, switch hitter batting left-handed is a walk. Free pass to Justin Smoke. He won't go anywhere. And it'll bring up Orlando Arcia. One 5, and that's going to be a ground ball shortstop A. That'll be a Giovanni's Tailor Shop, tailor-made double play of the game. And it gets Weems out of trouble. Keeps the score at 6-2. Look at it again. 1-5 is a ground ball shortstop A. The plus is not relevant in this case. So it's just a 6-4-3 Giovanni's Tailor Shop, tailor-made double play. If you're ever in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania, check them out. Giovanni's Tailor Shop. Tell them Demo sent you. You might get a discount. They are the unofficial sponsor of the Demos channel and the Giovanni's Tailor Shop, tailor-made double play of the game. All right, Burns back out. We'll face Robbie Grossman. 5-11, and that is a fly ball right field X. We are looking at Braun. He's a 4-11. 4-11. See what he does there. 4-11. It's going to be a single. It's going to drop in for a base hit. That's a 12. And Braun is an E11. There's a 13 there, but no 12. So it will be a base hit for Robbie Grossman as Braun unable to get to it. Leadoff single for Grossman. That'll send up Sean Murphy, the catcher. Grossman could think about running here. He needs a 2 through 5 to get the good lead. And if he gets the good lead, he's almost guaranteed to steal. 2 through 5. He gets the 5. 17 being held as a 15 plus 5 is a 20. His only way he's out is on a Pena's throwing rating or error chance is a T14, so he's just going to eat that ball, and they'll steal that off of Burns. So Grossman steals that one strictly off of Corbin Burns, but they don't want to risk the throw, so they'll allow the stolen base. And now that brings up Sean Murphy. 6-5, and it's ground ball shortstop X. We're looking at Mr. Arcia. He's a 2E10. 2-17, that's a G1. He'll get to it. And so the stolen base there avoided the double play. That would have been a double play without that steal. That's 7, and he is an E10 at short. That's good play. 2-17 is technically a G1, but just means that Grossman's going to hold. But again, it would have been a double play without the steal. It's one of the reasons why you steal sometimes, not just to to get a runner in scoring position, but also to avoid a ground ball double play that kill an inning. Here's Laureano. That's a 5-7, and that's a strikeout, 2 down. And now that brings up Weems, and they will go ahead and hit for Weems. And let's see who they're going to use off the bench. They only have 2 lefties on the bench. They've got a guy I'd never heard of, the Mayo Machine, and the backup catcher, Austin Allen. Right-handers, Chad Pender, Steven Piscotty, and Chris Davis, who can only DH. So this is probably a good time to get him in the game and get him in at bat, because he's limited to DH duties only. And when he plays National League games, that's all he can do. So Chris Davis will pinch hit here in the 4th inning, trying to get a run across, get him back in the game. And then we'll get a new pitcher for Weems in the bottom half. So Chris Davis will pinch hit. And that is a 2-5, and he struck him out. So nothing going on there. Chris Davis fails in the pinch. Burns solid through 4 innings after that first inning hiccup. Now for the A's, they will need a new pitcher. Due up for the Brewers, it'll be Holt, Pena, and Burns. So let's see who the A's might want to go to. Looks as though they will go to Yasmiro Petit. So we're going to Petit. He did not pitch in game 1. So he will get the call now to pitch. Yasmiro Petit. He is a 0 hold, which makes him a -2. Weems went 1 inning. A walk and a strikeout, nothing else. And now that'll bring up Brock Holt to lead it off against Yasmiro Petit. 3-3, and it's a ground ball to short, 1 away. One down, and that's going to send up Manny Pena, the catcher. Burns is on deck. 6-9, and that's a strikeout for Petit. We'll double check and make sure that was not that 6-9 is not his injury chance. Let's take a look at that. No, he's a 6-12 also, so no problems there. Strikeout is good. 2 down for Corbin Burns using pitcher hitting card number 3. With 2 outs and the base is empty. Petit. 3-7, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. So with that fast inning of just 3 batters, Petit will obviously pitch a 2nd inning to try to give him some length. Corbin Burns back out. This is the 5th inning. This is his fatigue inning. So we'll keep an eye on that. He'll be facing the top of the order, Kemp, Simeon, and Olson. 111 for Kemp, ground ball first base C, and this time around it's Milwaukee that does the 3-1 thing, as Smoke will flip to Olson covering. 1 down. Brings up Simeon. He's lined to short twice. I believe both are on failed ballpark single checks. 2-3. This time he strikes out. And for Burns, that is strikeout number 5. Corbin Burns. Looks like he might go 6 innings in this game, as long as he's effective. 2 up, 2 down. Brings us to Matt Olson. 1-9 for Olson. Struck him out. 6 strikeouts for Burns. And he is large and in charge in this game. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, still a 6-2 ball game. Petit back out. He'll face the top of the order in Kane, Hira, and Yelich. Kane, 2-6. Ground ball to third. Easy play for Chapman, one away for Keston Hira. Hira, 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. 4-12, and that's a pop out to third. So this time Chapman does the first duty on the ground and then makes the second play in the air. Pop out to third, 2 up and 2 down. So Petit has retired all 5 he has faced, but we will limit him to 2 innings. Here's Yelich, who homered in the first inning. 2-7, and that's a base hit for Christian Yelich. 2-out single. Yelich could think about trying to run. Needs to get a 4 or a 6. Doesn't get it, so he'll hold. That brings up Ryan Braun. 3-9 for Braun. Struck him out, and that's the end of the inning. And that's going to do it for Petit. He's going to go 2 innings. Give up a single and nothing else with 3 strikeouts. Go to the 6th. Burns back out. Facing Chapman, Canna, and Grossman with the Oakland A's, who got those 2 runs early in the first and have just been shut down since. 1-7, and that's a fly to center. 1 away. Burns just looks like he's just casually going through his evening or afternoon whenever you're watching this. I'm recording it in an afternoon. In fact, on a Friday, it's 2:53 Eastern Time. Here's Canna, 2-4. That's a strikeout. Strikeout number 7 for Corbin Burns. Look, he's finishing in style. I'm going to cap him at 6 innings just to be realistic. And here's Robbie Grossman. Opening day, you're not going to stretch a guy out too far. Grossman is 2 for 2 against Burns. 1-5, but not this time. He struck him out. Strikeout number 8. So Burns goes out in style. It's like George Burns going in style with the strikeout. And now we get the totals on Burns. He's going to go 6 innings, give up 2 hits and 2 runs. They were earned, mainly due to these walks. He had walked 3 really early, but he's really controlled things since then. So he's walked 3, struck, and he hit a batter, and he struck out 8. So Burns definitely looking to go 1-0 on the replay. And now Oakland will need a pitcher, and they're going to have Smoke, Arcia, and Holt due up. So Oakland will go to Jake Diekman, a lefty out of the bullpen. No double switch. He's only a 1-inning guy, so they just want him to pitch this inning, and they will pinch it for him. He's a -1, which makes him a -3. So Diekman is on, and he'll be facing Smoke, Arcia, and Holt for the Brew Crew. Score still 6-2. It's been that way for a while. Been that way since the 2nd inning. And here we are in the bottom of the 6th. All these zeros are hitting the board. Smoke, 5-8. That's ground ball second base X, and that's going to be Kemp, 3E5 for Kemp. 3-12 is good. E5 and an 8 at second base. There is no 8 there. And a 3 and a 12 is a G2. So good enough. 4-3 ground out. They will take care of Smoke. There was smoke there, but no fire. As Kemp makes the play, 1 away. And that'll bring up Arcia. For 7, right-handed is a base on balls. So yet another walk issued by Oakland pitching. Garcia will be held but won't go anywhere. Here's Brock Holt, third baseman, lefty on lefty matchup. .37, and he's going to strike out. Out number 2, first strikeout for Diekman. They bring up the number 8 hitter, Manny Pena. Pinch hitter would be on deck because it's Burns' spot, but he's leaving the game, so they'll bring in a pinch hitter if it gets that far. Manny Pena, the batter. 1-8 against the lefty, flies to right field to end the inning. So Diekman's going to go 1 inning, and he's going to give up a walk and a strikeout. Get a walk and a strikeout, nothing else. Everything else is status quo. All right, so we go to 7th. Milwaukee will need who they used. We don't want to use the same guy twice. I believe they only used 2 pitchers, though. Check the computer. On the previous day, they actually used 3 pitchers. They used Fireeisen, Williams, and Yardley. So they'll pick somebody else. Due up is Grossman, a switch hitter, Murphy, and Laureano righties. So look, hander David Phelps. And I believe he's a 1-inning guy. Won't double switch. They'll just pinch it for him in the bottom half of the inning. So Phelps is called on to pitch the 7th. That's his only task. He'll be facing Murphy, Laureano, and a pinch hitter for Diekman. So Grossman steps in. I'm sorry. Laureano and a pinch hitter. 1-8 for Murphy. He's going to draw a base on balls. Not what Phelps wanted to start the inning, obviously. That will send up Laureano, center fielder. .311, and that is a ground ball shortstop. Hey, it's another Giovanni's Tailor Shop tailor-made double play. 6-4-3. 2 quick outs, and now the bases are empty. And the A's are going to go to a pinch hitter that, boy, how do you play this one? I think they're going to give this guy an at-bat just for the heck of it because he hasn't had one yet. So it's about time to give him one. And that is Machine. At least I don't think he's had an at-bat. He will pinch hit for Phelps as Laureano grounds into that tailor-made double play, 6-4-3. And now we'll go to Machine. Machine will pinch hit. This will be his first appearance of the season here in game number 2 against Phelps, 6-2. And that's a ballpark blast. Machine, though, weak power, 1-11. That's a 19. It would have failed anyway. Fly out to right to end the inning, and that'll do it for Phelps. He goes 1 inning, gives up a walk, nothing else. And we go to the 7th inning stretch here in Milwaukee. And that 6-2 score has held up for quite some time now. Been no scoring since the 2nd inning. That 5-run 2nd inning. Been nothing after that. So we'll get a pinch hitter for the Brewers, for Phelps. And their possibilities are these 5 guys. Eric Sogard, Logan Morrison, Ben Gamble, Omar Narvaez, the backup catcher, and Avisail Garcia. So assuming Oakland goes with a righty in the bullpen, they will go to a lefty off the bench. Probably Ben Gamble, but maybe Logan Morrison. Probably Logan Morrison, actually. We'll see. Who's going to come in for Oakland? We don't know yet. It's going to be, find their bullpen over here. It is going to be, let's see who actually pitched in the game and who hasn't pitched yet. Liam Hendricks has not pitched yet, but he's their closer, so they don't really want to use him. So we will go with Joaquin Soria. He hasn't pitched yet either. So Soria will do the pitching. And Logan Morrison will do the pinch hitting. My pen's running out of ink here in the middle of right at the end of the game. This is bad. Been using this pen for who knows how long, and now all of a sudden it wants to tell me it's out of ink. What the heck? This is something really bad. Let's try this and see if I can spur it on again. It doesn't want to do anything, so now I got to find another pen. Boy, how do you like that? I need to have a pen in the bullpen, a literal bullpen, so I can have another pen to use. Now it's writing over there, so maybe it's sparked its way back. I don't know. We'll wait and see. So let me finish putting in Morrison with this pinch hitting. Looks like it's back to. It found its second wind, I guess. So Morrison will do the pinch hitting. Joaquin Soria will do the pitching. So Morrison gets the call. He'll be making his first appearance of the season. Five, left-handed is a fly ball to left field, one away. So Morrison is out, one down. And boy, everything just coming to a stalemate here since the second inning. Here's Lorenzo Cain. Cain is 0 for 3. But he is able to do other things. 6-6, and he struck him out, so he's able to strike out too. He's now 0 for 4. Cain has really been struggling. Only has one hit and 8 at bats, so I think he's hitting 125, if I'm not mistaken. Here's Hira. 310 for Hira, and that's a home run 1-4, but that's a 9. It'll be a double. A double for Keston Hira. Keston Hira, the 310 is a home run 1-4, double 5-20, and he found a 9. So that'll bring up Christian Yelich. Yelich will have a chance to drive home a run. It is a clutch situation, technically. So in the clutch, he loses a hit on 2-7. Soria to Yelich. 1-7, and he's going to draw a walk. That will pass the torch to Ryan Braun in the clutch. Braun, 0 for 3. He's got the hat trick, 3 strikeouts. Trying to avoid balk or pass ball. Looking at a pass ball chance on Murphy, which is a 5. And it is a pass ball. That'll move both runners into scoring position. Now a single can score 2 runs. Pass ball there. And for Murphy, I guess he lost concentration. I don't know. It's the second pass ball of the game. He had one in the second inning as well. Soria to Braun. 3-4, and that's a ground ball to short to end the inning. And so pitching out of it, this thing still looks a little crooked to me. Pitching out of that is Soria on that ground ball to short. And we will go to the top of the 8th. Brewers will need a new pitcher. Soria goes 1 inning. Gives up a double, hitting a walk, and 1 strikeout. No runs. So we go to the top of the 8th. Brew Crew new pitcher. Due up for the A's. Top of the order, Kemp, Simeon, Olsen, a couple of lefties. So they will go with Alex Claudio out of the bullpen. Alex Claudio. Left-hander. They just want him to pitch the 8th inning, nothing more. He'll be facing Kemp, lefty on lefty. One 6, and he's going to ground it to short. 1 away. Easy play for Arcia. That'll send up Marcus Simeon. He's 0 for 3. 2 212, and that's a low max, but nobody else is on base, so simply just a line out to short. Third time he's lined to short. I believe this is the first one that wasn't ballpark related. So 2 down for Matt Olson. 212 against the lefty. That's a ballpark blast. It's 1-11. That's an 8. It's gone. Matt Olson, a solo home run off of Claudio. Look at it again. Lefty-lefty matchup. 212 is a ballpark blast. 1-11. That's an 8. He has normal power. So Matt Olson, with his second home run of the season, hit one in the first game. He's hit one here. Home run number 2. Obviously, he's at the league lead for home runs, we would assume. There's Chapman. It's now 6-3 ball game. 2-7, and that's a triple 1-2, but that's a 16, so a fly to center. That'll do it for Claudio. So Claudio, 1 inning pitch to hit, which was the home run. No walks, no strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and if the Brewers don't score in the bottom of the 8th, it'll be a save situation in the 9th for probably Josh Hader. So let's see here. Chapman flew out to center. Need a new pitcher for the Oakland A's. And we'll see who that's going to be. Smoke is up, and he's going to face the only guy they haven't used yet this season. That's Liam Hendriks. He's a closer, but they're not in a closer situation. So if you're waiting to be a closer, you're going to be waiting a long time in this game. So they're going to go ahead and use Liam Hendriks. He will be the 6th pitcher used by Oakland. He's a +3, which makes him a +1. 6-3 ball game. Here in the bottom of the 8th, it'll be Smoke, Arcia, and Holt due up against Mr. Hendriks. That's a 6-6, switch hitter batting left. That's a strikeout. So Hendriks strikes out Smoke. 1 down. For Orlando Arcia, 3-11, and that's going to be a ground ball first base C. So yet again, Matt Olson has to range some to the far side and flip it back to Hendriks covering for the out. So 2 up, 2 down, and that'll send up Brock Holt. 2-8 for Holt, and he's going to draw a base on balls. So Hendriks not able to get a 1-2-3 inning in, so he has to give that walk up to take us to the catcher, Pena. They do have a pinch hitter on deck for Claudio if he gets that far. Pena has to reach, though. 5-10, and he will not. That's a fly to left to end the inning. So Hendriks pitches 1 inning, gives up a walk and gets a strikeout, nothing else. And we will go to the top of the 9th. There will not be a double switch, because if Josh Hader gives up 3 runs to tie the game and to go to the bottom of the 9th, that means he's not effective anyway. So it'll be Josh Hader in for the Brewers to try to close it out, as it is a save situation, with the score being 6-3. So Hader, in his Imagine set, 2-3, a 3.17 ERA, and 36 saves. He's a -1 hold, makes him a -4. Not that Oakland would try to steal or anything, but just for general purpose. So we bring in Josh Hader. He'll make his first appearance of the season. And he'll be facing Mark Canha, Robbie Grossman, and Sean Murphy. Scheduled hitters for the A's. 6-3 Brew Crew. Top of the 9th, 6-8 for Hader is a base on balls. So how about that? Hader draws or issues a walk. Has to be careful putting base runners on. The tying run's going to come to the plate before you know it. So he definitely doesn't want to do that. I think I'll move these over here now, since my since the cards are kind of getting to the end of the screen. So we got Robbie Grossman. He is 2 for 3, switch hitter, so he's going to stay in the game. A 2 for 3 for Robbie Grossman. 5-3 right-handed ground ball pitcher X. He's a 3E0. So he's not going to make an error, but we'll roll and make sure there's no rare play, which there is not. So we're looking at a 3 for the pitcher. And we'll see what determines if he gets to this or whether it's a double play or whatever. A 3, to get a double play, he's got to get 17 or higher. To get an out, he just needs a 4 or higher. That's a 19. That'll be a double play. Turned by Josh Hader. That'll be a 1 to 4 to 3 double play. 2 quick outs. Kind of disheartening there for Robbie Grossman. Have that chance to make some noise and you ground into a double play. So we're down to our final out, which is Sean Murphy, the catcher. 6-7, and that's a ground ball second base X. We are looking at Hura, and he's a 4E21. 4 and a 12 should get to that. 4 and a 12 is a G3. That's a 5. It's a rare play with nobody on base. Nothing's really going to happen, I don't believe. I'll double check it on the rare play. It was a G, what was it, a G2? 2 and a 12, or 3 and a 12 rather. Let's see, no, 4 and a 12. 4 and a 12, a G3. So a G3 rare play. So if we look at, even if I just went with Strat's rare play, I think you have to have people on base to really make anything happen. G3 rare play lines a shot that hits the mound and deflects the fielders. That's really ridiculous. It's a not so rare play. So we're just going to ignore that. And we're going to go with a ground ball to second to end the ball game. So that's going to do it. Brewers become the first team to go 2-0. Josh Hader gets his first save. The loss is to Manaea. He is now 0-1. The win to Burns. He is 1-0. In the ninth inning for Hader, he did walk a batter, but gave up nothing else thanks to that double play. I put a 0 in his innings pitched. That didn't make any sense. Make that a 1 here. 1 inning pitched. Not very neat, but you get the idea. He went 1 inning, didn't give up anything. So the final line score, 6 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Brew Crew. 3 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Oakland. Milwaukee left on 5, Oakland left on 4. And that is your ball game. Game number 8 in the books with the Brew Crew being the first team to take a 2-0, or the first team to go 2-0. And we'll look at the pitching again. Make sure I got everything all lined up the way it should be. It looks like it is. So that's going to do it from here, as this game is in the books. Milwaukee proves to 2-0. Oakland drops to 0-2. Next game in the Demolition League, whenever we get there, is going to be Kansas City at Arizona. It'll be Zach Gallen against Danny Duffy. And then the final game would be Texas and the Dodgers, and then all teams would have played 2 games at that point. Tabby's making noise. I think she wants some food, so I better go feed her. I think that's what she's asking for. So, all right, Tabby, give me a second to wrap up here. So that's going to do it from here. Next recording will be the payoff pitch Steve Carlton replay against the Dodgers. It'll be game number 5. Playing the Dodgers. It'll be Bill Singer against Steve Carlton from Dodger Stadium. That'll be recorded either later today, probably later today, because I probably won't have time to do it tomorrow. So later today, I'll record it and I'll upload it probably Monday or Tuesday, just so we have some stuff piecemealing out, because I'm going to be away from doing any live streams for a while. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation of the Demolition League, again, Brewers win it by the score of 6-3. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.